Hello friends, today we are going to study about the decision statements in Python. So we'll begin by the decision statements that are available in Python. So we are going to first open up the Jupyter notebook that is within the Anaconda Navigator that we've already told you how to install. So we just launch the Jupyter notebook. So if you press this launch, it is going to open up a Jupyter notebook. So this is how our Jupyter notebook is going to open up. Now we are going to start with a new Python file. So we'll just say new and Python 3 because that's the version installed in my laptop. So I'm using Python 3. Now a new notebook will be opened up, and on this notebook we can begin by writing the code. So this is our Jupyter notebook. Now what we are going to do is we are talking about if statements. So if statement, or also known as the decision statement basically. So why do we require a decision statement? We require a decision statement in our program to make certain kinds of decisions. So in Python also this is if, then we can use if and else, and the new thing is elif. So we'll see all this. So first see how we use the if statement. So you have the keyword if, and with this if keyword, which is both in small letters, so you put down a condition, like suppose if I say if true, or maybe you can write down the true, and then you put down a colon, and then this gets automatically indented when you press enter. And if it is not indented, then please indent it. So whatever statements you want to write within the if loop, you have to put within after this indentation. Whatever you want to put in the if block, all should be indented. So like I want to put down two statements within my if, print, and I want to print I am in if, and then print I am also in if. And now if you want to come out of the if loop, if this block, then you simply unindented. Now you're out of the if loop. So now if you print anything, suppose you print I am out of it, so this is outside the if. Now if you want to run, just simply run. So see, you get I am in if, I am also in if, and I am out of it, right? And if suppose you want to check how this block works, suppose I say a is equal to false. So now if I put down a here, now if you see, this if statement is going to be false, so ideally these two should not run because they are within the if block, and the next line after the if should run. So now if I run, it just prints I am out of it. Why? Because these two are in the if block, so they will not be printed, right? So this is how you put down the if block. Similarly, if you want to put else, so you can put even in else. So else also, this is going to be unindented because it is outside the if loop, and then you put down these colon and you indent it, and you say suppose I am in else, and as many statements you want to put in the else block, you are going to keep them indented. And no, then you just come out and you say print if else over. So you are here. Now let's see what is printed. So this time if you say, see, it prints I am in else and if else over. And if this is true, suppose we do not a. Now let us see what is printing up. So in this you cannot put a not like this, you put a not like this. You write down the not. So now if you see, it prints I am in if, I am also in if, and it is not going to the else statement, and directly it says if else over. So this is how you make the if and else blocks in Python. So suppose now if you want to make a program in which you want to print the grades of students. So grades of students are suppose based on the fact that if a student is getting 80 to 90% or above 90%, he has a plus grade. So this program is a very simple program, but we are going to see through this program how the if else ladder is going to work. So suppose it works like this. It's say I give marks and I take the input of marks and I say int input and I put a prompt with this, enter the marks, right? And then so now what do we do is we have written marks and int input enter the marks. Now once the user is going to input the marks, now we want to check what is the grade of the student. So suppose I say if marks is greater than 90, then I want to print that the grade is maybe A plus, right? But if this is not true, then I want to check the else condition. So in else I want to write else if marks is greater than 80, then I want to print, suppose I want to print grade is A. If this is also not the condition, then within this I want to check if this is also not there, then else if marks is greater than 70, then I want to print grade is B. Right, so like this what we can do is we can keep on making this else if and this is called an else if ladder. So with this your program is going to work fine. Like suppose if I put down and I say my marks are 78, so I get the grade is B. If I run and I say, if I run this again and this time I say my marks are suppose 95, so it prints that grade is A plus. So this works absolutely fine. There is no problem with this. But the only problem that you will face is that this if else ladder becomes very unreadable for the programmer. So once you have a big ladder, then which if else is matching to which else, that is going to become a problem for the programmer. So there are times when this gets into errors, and if there are a lot of if and else's, these kinds of errors are not convenient in programming. So in Python what do we have? We have an elif statement. So instead of making this else if, we can directly use this elif. Now instead of putting else and if differently, we have this elif. This is also a decision statement in Python. So over here also we can have, with one if you can have as many elifs as you want. So instead of writing down those else if, what we can do is we can simply use this elif. Now similarly I say elif, and this elif stands for else if marks is greater than 60, then I say print grade is C, right? And finally, if I don't have any of these conditions, I want to use a default else, so I can just put down else print fail, right? So now if I run this program, what do you see? That enter the marks. So if I enter suppose 67, I get the grade is C. If I run this again and I enter my marks as 87, I get the grade is A. So Instead of using else if ladders, we have a elif statement in Python. So you can use that elif also. So you, for any kind of decision statements, you can either use if, you can use if with else, you can use if and elif. So all these possibilities are there, and as per your program, you can use these decision statements. So thank you guys for listening. If you like our channel, do like it and subscribe the channel Tech Ardu, and keep visiting our channel. We'll be coming up with more new videos on Python. Thank you very much.